for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Delaney and this is Home by Delaney. We are in part 4 of my 2025 Complete Home Reset series, and this is technically part 2 of my kitchen. Part 1 was my pantry and my fridge, and now we are tackling the rest of the kitchen. This is a longer video to give you tons of motivation for all of those spots in your kitchen, like underneath the kitchen sink, which we're starting with here, cabinets, cupboards, drawers, appliances, countertops, all of those things. So we're jumping right into part 4 of my 2025 Complete Home Reset series. And as you can see, we are here underneath the sink. So I already had one of these slide out white multi-level drawer things from Target. So I did pick up another one. This clear drawer at the bottom here is from Walmart. And a lot of the other clear organizers that you're going to be seeing are from Target. So I'll have everything that I can linked in my LTK, because these little organizers make all the difference when it comes to organizing a space like this. And I wanted this clear drawer at the bottom so that I can put a bunch of these little things like sponges, extra cleaning pods. I have like little extra blades for the blade that I use to clean our oven, all sorts of stuff like that. And I love that when you use a drawer like this, you can put stuff on top of it for more storage. I love these white pull-out drawers on the sides here for all of the rags. So I'm going to be sharing with you tons of little tips for spaces like this. So let's jump into this Complete Home Reset video.
Things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things we don't have to move so fast, baby. I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right here we got so much time, looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love. The things I love, the things I love. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy.
And as we're cleaning the kitchen, I'm going to go ahead and start an oven clean. So you can see very gross in here, so it definitely was overdue. So I need to take out the racks on the ovens. I did the first, so we have two levels. We have like the top kind of like pizza oven, and then the bottom part I can only do one at a time. So we did precise clean, and this is the one where you set it and it takes like 3 or 4 hours, makes the house smell a little stinky, but it does do the trick. But I will share more tips on that as well. So we're gonna, now that that is on its way, it's getting started, we're gonna move over here and start taking everything out of the cabinets and just do a quick wipe down of all the shelves. I'm just using like a multi-surface cleaning spray, and then I also like to take this opportunity to use a wood cleaner on my actual cabinet doors, both on the inside and the outside.
Things I love, Sunday morning breakfast with that bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for right. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love.
Another favorite organization piece that I have been using for a couple of years now are these under shelf baskets. They're from Target. And what I love about these is that they help utilize the vertical space in these shelves. So I have them in the cabinets, I have them underneath the counter cabinets, I have them in the pantry, and they're just great. So highly recommend these. I've been using them to store like lids and straws in just little pieces, especially when you have like a toddler or a baby. All of their cups and everything come with all of those extra pieces, so it's nice to have that extra storage. So definitely recommend this under shelf basket to help utilize the spaces like this in your home.
I was worried you blow my reputation, but I figured it's not on me. Yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger, alright. This very finger for people like them. Oh no. Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky. Oh, it's the way you make me feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good. Oh.
As I was doing this, I realized that I had not gotten on top of the cabinets yet and just did a quick dust. Now, I did clean up here pretty well after Christmas because I had garland up here for Christmas, or no, actually, that was the year before. I had my Christmas village up here along with some other decorations, so I did clean it pretty well after Christmas, but obviously at this point it was a few months later and it was overdue again. So I'm just going to do a quick dusting to make sure no huge dust buildup is happening at the top of the cabinets.
The way you make it, make glitter, you drink me like liquor, keep painting the picture, alright. No, I don't care how much
So I did go ahead and I wiped out some of the other cabinets too, just off camera. It's a lot of the same as far as taking some things out and putting them back after wiping them down. But we're going to tackle the drawers. So this is our silverware drawer. I went ahead, I pulled everything out. So I'm going to give it a really good vacuum. For some reason, these drawers get so many crumbs. So definitely needed to take care of that and then wipe it down. I'm also making sure I'm wiping down all the organizers that I do use in my drawers and my cabinets. So again, it's just that time of year and the crumbs build up and just things. So I am taking the time to really vacuum and wipe everything down and then organizing everything back into its place.
You make me feel so good, feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good. So wrap your arms around me like a borderline. Our fortress in the jungle, baby, we're alright. We don't care much for people like them. We don't care much for people like them.
So this big silverware organizer is from Amazon, the Utopia brand, and a lot of these other little organizers are either from Amazon or Target. And again, I'm going to have everything linked in my LTK. But in order to really utilize a space like this for drawers, I highly recommend these organizers just so that everything has a space and, a place for a home for everything to go to. Now we're going to just go to the underneath the counter cabinets. This is where we keep all of our pots and pans and extra little appliances like the blender, the mixer, that sort of thing. So again, just taking everything out, wiping everything down and organizing everything back into its spot. But this is another place where I have some organizers that I really love. You saw it just there a second ago, but it's a organizer for all of your like cookie sheets. I also have one for pans and lids and that sort of thing. So I'm also using another under shelf basket here, again, just to utilize that vertical space. So these are great ideas for a space like this when you want to really utilize every inch of it.
Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky. Oh, it's the way you make me feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good. Oh.
And going over to the next little cabinet here, again, here's another one of those organizers that I use for our pans and cutting boards, that sort of thing. And then here in another cabinet is where we keep our Instant Pot crock pot combo. And we have another crock pot there. So again, just taking everything out, wiping it down, and then reorganizing it back into place.
new home for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can.
And we're going to take a second here and I'm going to try really hard to clean off the oven shelves. So essentially I was just sprinkling on some baking soda and then using my Scrub Daddy to really get just like cooked on grime off of these shelves. It worked okay. I definitely could have soaked these. However, our sink is not entirely that big, so it would have made it really difficult. I did end up using the blade that I used to clean our oven stove top to really try to get some of the grime off of here, and I feel like that worked well too. So if you have any tips on cleaning this specific thing, these oven shelves, let me know down in the comments. I'm always open to hear your tips and tricks, but even just by scrubbing it off with the Scrub Daddy and the baking soda, a lot of stuff came off. So it felt really nice to at least get these pretty clean. Are they perfect? No, but as long as they're better, then that is the goal.
Find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I read.
And we need to wipe down the microwave. Now, this isn't anything super special as far as like really deep cleaning it. Unless you have tips and tricks, again, please share them below in the comments. But I'm just taking a multi-surface cleaning spray and really wiping out the interior and the exterior. And I did take the plate out and wash that in this sink, but that was pretty much it. But I need to be better about cleaning the microwave on a more regular basis. I really just do it as needed, and we microwave things every day, multiple times a day, so it needs more attention. But I feel like this simple cleaning here really does the trick.
Reach out, reach out, reach out to the sky. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way. Dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way.
And since I am taking the time to wipe out appliances and wipe everything down, clean everything out, it's time to do the fridge. So I did pull it out and I vacuumed behind it. It wasn't that bad, but a big thing I wanted to do was clean the exterior here, clean the top of the fridge, and wipe down the outside of the fridge too. It gets really dusty up there, so that's why I was vacuuming it off. And there was definitely a pretty thick layer of dust that I was wiping off with the rag here. I did use a new product here that you'll see in a little bit. it's the Wyman stainless steel wipes. So I use those on the front of the fridge. Not my favorite. I feel like maybe because the wipes are so small, it just left more marks than the spray does. So I'll use the rest of the bottle or the tube that it came in, but I think the spray of the Wyman stainless steel cleaner is my preferred method over the wipes.
In this trashy bar, another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind all the smokers in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we live in.
Okay, so this was after the precise clean on the oven, and it definitely did bring up some of the grime here, so that's why I'm vacuuming it out. However, there was still a lot on there, and I don't know if it was mainly stains or just the nature of it being like a powder on the surface of the oven. I don't know. So I went ahead and after I vacuumed everything out, I just used like the Scrub Daddy and used like some Dawn dish soap to try to really scrub everything out. I used the spray away cleaner to clean like the doors of the oven with the glass, and again, it was okay. So what I did end up doing was doing a steam clean on the oven. So that's another setting on my oven, which it gives you the directions, at least mine did, as you started putting the setting on. But you just put some water at the bottom of the oven, turn on the steam clean, and it only takes like 20 or 30 minutes. And then afterwards, you have to like wipe it out. But I think that did a much better job at getting everything clean, as far as all of that cooked on grime at the bottom of the oven. So I don't know. I still need to do it a little more often than I do, but I think I'm preferring the steam clean over the precise clean on my oven.
Baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Times another drink and I'll go anywhere. The way you smell, like a flash in the universe. You are illuminating. I don't really care about the people in the bar line. I don't really mind all the who goes doing stage dives. I don't care.
Now we're going to move over to the kitchen sink, and my biggest thing here was to not only clean out the sink, which, you know, if you're new here, I do clean out my sink on a weekly basis, and I love using the liquid cleanser Bar Keeper's Friend, and the Scrub Daddy does a great job. But we're going to be cleaning these things around the sink that I use to like dry dishes. So I did pick up a silicone drying mat off of Amazon, so I will have that linked in my LTK as well. We still have one of these. The brand name is like blanking on me right now, but we essentially got this one for baby bottles, but we still use it. It's a great way to dry things. This little silver thing that I'm standing up here, that is like to dry plastic bags if you use reusable bags, and I also like to use them for Odin's bibs. So that was really a fun find, and I got a new little dish brush holder and sponge holder. It's the OXO brand. I did get it on Amazon, so I will have this linked below. I did have a holder in the sink for these brushes, but that holder, ugh, let me tell you, for one, it didn't hold enough, but two, the adhesive that the holder was, sticking to the side of the sink with, when I tried to take that off, it was awful trying to get that off. And I think there's going to forever be like some stains on the side of the sink and even some scratches from me trying to get it off. So I was like, we're just going to get a holder and not deal with that. I did get a second holder though for my Scrub Daddy because we love it so much, and it just suction cups to the side of the sink. So that is much better than the adhesive. So got a few more new things to make this sink area a little more functional, but let's go ahead and get this cleaned up using my favorite method with the Liquid Bar Keeper's Friend and the Scrub Daddy.
Oh, baby, you got my attention, so you would say yes. I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh, baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Even if I told you I could never let you go, I'm not so sure you believe me. But if I mean to show you, I will never let you go. No, 'cause you don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh, baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.
And now it's time to tackle the dishwasher. So this was the first time, I am ashamed to take out the filter that's in the dishwasher and clean it. For the longest time, I was like, how do you even clean a dishwasher? Well, that's probably the one way to do it. I also have these dishwasher cleaning pods from Cascade, and just set my dishwasher on a sani rinse cycle and cleaned that. But yeah, those little filters at the bottom of the dishwasher were pretty gross. So again, let me know down in the comments, are there any other ways that you use to clean your dishwasher? I'd love to hear them. But one of the last places that we're going to be tackling is our junk drawer. So also very curious, do you have a junk drawer? We definitely do, and it's just, again, not necessarily junk, it's just like the random stuff that, you know, some office supplies, birthday candles, lighters, gift cards. We keep, like, my husband keeps his wallet and keys in here, just stuff like that. And I just love having little organizers in here, and it makes it so much easier to find certain things. So again, took everything out, wiped it down. I'm gonna wipe down all the organizers and then get everything organized back into the drawer.
You give me this energy. It is like you set me free. Chasing highs to stay alive. But if I'm with you, I'll survive. So hold me close into the night, 'cause I need you to stay. You take me to paradise, that's why it's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation. Life is hard the way it is, but with you it's easier. Follow me into the night, without you I'm falling deeper.
All right, so I want to go ahead and share how everything in the kitchen turned out. So let's start here underneath the sink. This is, I think, the best that I've ever had it, probably. So here we've got my like hand towels that we use to dry, drying mats, microfiber towels, and like drying rags, you know, detergent pods, and then in here some extra sponges. This is like dishwasher cleaner. These are mop cleaner pods, extra scrub pads, these little straw cleaners that I love using just for like cleaning small spaces, and then a bunch of cleaning products that I use on the weekly, and then some that don't quite fit right there. And then I love this little hanger that goes on the other side that holds the towel, and then I just have like my Dawn Power Wash and my Lysol spray in there. All right, and then in this tiny little cabinet next to the kitchen sink, we've got trash bags, O-Cedar mop heads, all of my like extra products. So I have a bunch of Mrs. Meyer's, extra Dawn Power Wash. Down here I have like our coffee cleaning supplies and like our fabric kind of cleaning supplies. I did clean the dishwasher, so obviously it's been used since then, but essentially down back there, there's a filter that I just pull out, cleaned it very well, and then threw in one of those dishwasher cleaning pods and ran a cycle, and it was sparkling clean. And of course we cleaned the outside too. All right, in this cabinet I just have my crock pot and my Instant Pot, and all of those supplies takes up that whole space. And then our junk drawer. Let me know down in the comments, do you have a junk drawer? Not everyone does. but I tried to organize it the best I could. But this is just stuff that it's like we use all the time. We want it convenient, but also just kind of some stuff that you don't really know what to do with, but you still use, if that kind of makes sense. I like to keep gift cards here. This is my husband's stuff, extra sunglasses, some cleaning supplies. We have like lighters, birthday candles, scissors, extra parts for my little mini vacuum, stuff for the dogs, and then of course just like some pins and stuff like that. And then up here, oh, that's loud, all of my Tupperwares. Love these under shelf storage. It just helps utilize that whole vertical space. All right, and then we did clean the microwave. Nothing too special with that, just normal cleaning. And then up here, I have like our flower vases and cookbooks. And then I did clean the oven. I'm gonna show, I forgot to show it right after we cleaned it, so, but it was a lot worse than this. It's actually looking pretty good right now, and I am very happy we have not done that in quite some time. So it looks really nice down here. All right, moving on to where we keep all of our plates and bowls. Again, just took everything out, wiped it down, nothing too exciting, but I did add another under shelf storage right here for some of Odin's bowls, again, to like utilize that space here. And then we got the silverware drawer, nice and organized. Love how this turned out. It really needed a good deep clean. So a couple changes that I made. I moved like all of our straws in here. I have some extra lids for my Stanley cup, wine stoppers, chip clips. These are like some to-go straws, and these are just some other like utensils that we use a lot. Then of course we have like Odin's utensils too. All right, and underneath here I have all of our pots and pans, and this pretty much stayed the same. I did adjust this little pot organizer a little bit. I will have all of these products linked in my description box down below and on my LTK because they are a lifesaver and from Amazon. Okay, and then this little cabinet here, just got some mason jars up there, water bottles, and our kettle, French press, whisk, that kind of stuff. And here we've got our meal prep containers at the top. I have some juice bottles. These are some just extra like water cups, like more like to-go cups. And then I have my blender bottle here. And then in this one, added another under shelf storage right here for like our snack cups and some extra lids. At the top we have all of our wine glasses, and these are like water glasses slash iced coffee glasses, and this is like all of Odin's drinkware. So love how this turned out. I also added this under shelf organizer to put all of the straws that go with these cups, as well as the lids that go with these cups. And in this drawer is more like cooking, baking kind of stuff. So we have all of our muffin liners, ice cream scoop. This is like all of our fancy serveware. I have a couple extra gadgets back there that I don't use all the time. We have our food scale. This is where we keep our measuring cups. However, as you can see, we were doing some baking, so a lot of those are getting dried, and these are great. I love these for like lunches when I do my little Lunchables. And then we just have a couple extra things back there, and then this is where I keep all of my kitchen mixer attachments. last cabinet. So this is where we keep like our baking sheets, mixing bowls, loaf pans, all that kind of stuff. Up here in this white basket, I've got all of my cookie cutters. So I love this little shelf, and then I did put a little under shelf there. I've had that for a little while, but I just have like a measuring glass and my kitchen mixer, and just like blenders, my NutriBullet, popcorn maker, waffle makers, that sort of thing. So at least try to make everything as accessible as possible. And that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that it gave you some motivation to tackle all of these spaces in your kitchen. It really does make a world's difference to really get in there and do a complete reset in these spaces. So thank you again so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Tons more complete reset motivation to come on my channel, as well as decorating and of course more homemaking motivation. Have a wonderful day and week. Bye.
Yeah, I just need you to